So now I'm over at the Ender, and I was doing a little bit of grinding, and pretty much the problem of this backing up again has presented itself, and I think we need to do something about it. So one of the major things that I know has been stopping up is a lot of the elevators out here, and that's just because they're kind of bad whenever it comes to actually lifting items all the way up and not unloading whenever the chunks do. And something that I really want to do is replace this. I want to replace this elevator with I don't know what it's called, but it's Mumbo Jumbo's fancy elevator that just uses glass instead of anything really weird like redstone or anything. But I totally understand. Yeah, I totally understand how it works. But either way, I want to try and build one, and I think that's going to be a lot better for getting the items up there, because I don't think it's going to back up. I mean, the storage stuff is still going strong. We still have so much of it, but the problem is always the elevators and these redstone components out here. They just deload, or the signal gets too strong, and so we really need to improve it. So yeah, I'm going to make some changes and give you guys an update. So I've pretty much reworked the entire transportation system out here, and I think it's looking really awesome. So let me go ahead and show you what has been changed. The item elevator is the exact same, but over here we have a torch burnout clock that is dispensing a bunch of ender pearls basically as fast as I can imagine it would. And yeah, so if I go over here, you can see the torch burnout clock going, and as well as that, they are being fired into their own little area, and they're sliding down a bit of ice. And this is because I have actually implemented Mumbo Jumbo's redstone list, I guess you could call it, item elevator, and it looks really freaking fancy. Pretty much, I'm not even going to bother explaining it. I'm just going to link to the one that is in the description, the video for this, and it should be the third one if you want to skip ahead to it. But basically what it is doing is a dispenser is firing ender pearls onto this side of it, and apparently you have to have it onto one of the sides, otherwise it's not really going to work. But what's happening there is it's sliding down there, and then they're just sliding into the fence posts there, and then they go all the way to the top. So that's pretty much all there is to it. There's not a whole... Oh god. Where did you guys come from? I'm just trying to get up there. Okay, so this isn't gonna work. I don't even know how I got in this situation. That's all I wanted. That is all I wanted. They're even dying down there. But yeah, this is a really good system, especially since it's really difficult to get this backed up now. And yeah, I pretty much... The only place that it could really back up is the item elevators down there, but I'm perfectly fine with the system that is set up. And then up here, I even have a little bit slower of a clock. Let me see if I can get up there real quick. I bet I can teleport over here. Oh, if I don't die. And then I can teleport like so. Boom. And over here, we have our own little clock that is pretty much just meant to be slow. It's not meant to be fast, but it's meant to not break, which I think this is probably the best clock that is going to be, because these kind of clocks don't break, these hopper clocks, and yeah, I think it's just going to be really awesome. And it's powered essentially just by inverting the signal, so if there are any items in there, this clock will be going. If there are no items, this clock will stop. And the collection area over here is what is transporting the stuff from the glass to just the hoppers, and god dang, that looks cool. Yeah, we even have a little bit of a backup here. I mean, I'm not too concerned. We have a crap ton of ender pearls, so I'm not really all that worried about it. So yeah, it is meant to kind of like let a few despawn every so often, but it's meant not to break, and that is exactly what we need. I'm gonna help these along a little bit. And yeah, this is actually a really neat setup that I have, and I'm really happy that this is completely redstone-less. Now I have a bunch of repeaters and comparators. I have a lot more redstone that I can put into other projects now, because that took a lot of materials, and now it's literally just glass. That is stuff I've been smelting for a long time, and it's just really neat that it's all just kind of here. And I kind of wonder where I'm at with all this storage. I honestly couldn't say, but yeah, it's just going really well here. So yeah, Ender Pearl storage has been fixed. I don't think it's going to break anytime soon. I can't see very much of anything getting backed up anymore. Like I said, the the elevators over here are pretty much the only thing that could get backed up. In fact, let's see. No, it doesn't look like any of it is, which is really, really awesome. And then, like I said, this over here, it can't back up since it's powered solely by this comparator, and I had to, due to space, hook it into one of the item elevators, but I guess it's like the signal there doesn't go past that, so I don't think it's going to cause a problem, but this very well might. If that gets enough signal, it might accidentally power all the way to there, or I actually don't think it will, now that I think about it. Now that I really look at it and see what it could power, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. Although I might want to put a block in between. You know what? What the hey? I have a redstone block on me. That's fine. I don't think that broke anything. No, everything's still firing perfectly. And yeah. So those are the little bit of changes that I've made out here. And I think this is going to really, really work towards stability. And yeah, this isn't as much as it's full. It's we're not even close to being full with this, which I am very excited about. But again, I am very excited to get rapid fire dispensers into the void to pretty much clear all this out whenever we actually have enough to fill all of this, because we're not going to use that many ender pearls. I'm not even sure why I'm storing all of those, but I guess it's just for the lulz. So one of the things that I've learned by doing the Wither Skeleton farm is about the radius that a mob can spawn from you. And this is something that I have realized while I was building the elevator here in the end. And I actually think we can apply that knowledge we've learned to the actual end farm. So what I want to do is I want to build up significantly more spawn pads. So build a bunch more layers of these, and I want to do that all the way up until 140 something. So down there we were standing on level 2, and since mobs can spawn 144 block radius from you, essentially, at least that's my understanding of it, I should be able to go about twice as high upwards, and I'm going to be perfectly fine. And I can only imagine what that's going to be like when it comes to efficiency's sake, because down there I do occasionally run out of endermen, but it isn't obviously bad. I've been enchanting a bunch of stuff. That's like the second round I've done. I've gotten an entire inventory of that kind of stuff, and I feel like I can go a lot higher, and that would obviously allow much more endermen to spawn in, and it would give them a lot better of a chance to spawn again whenever these aren't like pushed out. So I think I can go get a bunch of pistons together, go get a bunch of stuff, and I can even use the materials that I grabbed from the elevator to essentially just make this significantly more efficient. So yeah, that's another thing that I've been wanting to work on for a while. I've just never really had a purpose for it, and since I've been getting a lot more and more into enchanted books, I am getting a lot more excited about doing this, since I pretty much just learned, or at least remembered after a long time, that you can actually combine books, and it's a lot easier to get, say, Efficiency 5, Smite 5, I didn't even know Smite had a 5, Bane of Arthropods 5, Sharpness 5. I've done so many combinations lately, and it's been crazy. So yeah, I've been getting a lot more and more into that, and now that we have like some stable Ender Pearl collection, I feel like that would be a good addition to this, and to make this a little bit better even. So I am going to go grab some supplies, and I am going to go work on that as soon as I finish all of these books, because you know what? I feel like I could use a bunch more Efficiency 5, Prot 4 stuff, because, you know, why not? Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. I have gotten so much more platforms added to this thing that I think I've about doubled the height that it was at. So obviously I expect the efficiency to be a lot better than it was. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let me just pop on down here. And also, this is still going really strong. I haven't gotten any clogs up, and it's been probably about a week or something, and as you can see, like, people have been messing around with the colors in the glass down here, and I can see that it does work. It works with all the colors and stuff. It's just something I've never really thought about doing, stained glass the area around it. But yeah, here we obviously have a crap ton of Endermen. Let me turn down my sound real quick. Hostiles all the way down. And obviously I'm at level 38 right now. I can probably even just go ahead and enchant a book here. But yeah, there's just so many more Endermen now. I mean, I've done a lot of testing with an entire new round of books, and it's gotten so much better. I haven't really ran out of any Endermen. I mean, they just keep coming down here, and whenever I go to enchant a book, a new batch is refreshed. Like this right about now, like I thought it was about to like get low or something, but no, not really. I mean, all I really see now is falling down Endermen, and obviously, I am really happy with this. I think it's a really good addition, and I'm almost at level 30 now, obviously. I've even had, like, trouble keeping myself from hitting level 30. Like, right about now, I'll have to actively stop. Yeah, I even overshot it a little bit, but I go to enchant stuff real quickly just so I can get the maximum amount. But yeah, this just became so much more efficient, and in recent news, the Endermites might be coming into the next version if you've been following up with all of your snapshot news. Obviously this isn't going to affect it. I just don't know why I mentioned it. I'm looking at Endermen, so I think Endermites. I don't know. But apparently they spawn whenever you use Ender Pearls, so that might be something to be concerned about. But for now, we have nothing to be concerned about. It's just so freaking efficient. And actually, there is one other thing that I want to go to, and that is the Wither farm again. So I guess we can just like make this episode's theme general improvements and upgrades and stuff like that. There's actually something in there I want to do, and I think it's going to really help, especially the terrain around it. And yeah, I'm just going to pop on over to the path and show you. So one of the things that has annoyed the crap out of me is whenever I'm walking along this little pathway and ghasts start shooting at me. I have been so upset at the ghasts ever since I've started building this thing, but literally as I'm just walking along is just low, and so I'm taking a little bit of precaution now. I am going to start building a little bit of a barrier in between the outside world and this path, and currently like pigmen can spawn on it and whatever, and right now it's looking like I'm going to build like a little cage around this. So it's going to have like a bunch of iron bars, and it's going to be designed with nether brick. And I think that's going to look pretty good. It's going to have a similar style to the cage that I don't know if you've seen in a while, but it's going to look similar to the cage with the iron bars and the nether brick. So I think that's going to look pretty cool. And yeah, it's just going to be something really helpful, and it's going to really help keep the ghasts from destroying this area. Like, I've honestly never hated a mob more in my life. Like, creepers have destroyed my entire world in hardcore before, and I wasn't as mad as I am now. But another thing, I've been digging out this area here, and I should probably stand a little bit back just in case a ghast spawns somewhere. But I've been digging out the area over here, and I've actually uncovered a little area down there that's kind of new to me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, down here, it's right next to the area that I've been digging at. I dug out the entire large area here, so I don't know how I missed it, but it's an area that I haven't slabbed up before, and it's incredibly close to the actual spawn cage. So, like, literally, that's the spawn cage. So, I mean, like, this is the thing. It's going to take a long time. There's no way I can really guarantee that I'll get all of the area covered for this area. But yeah, like, this is just really helpful to find a place like this, because this is a lot of area, and this would explain a lot about the efficiency slowing down after so often. Because like whenever I'm in the Wither farm, I can get like a good 2-3 killings out of it, where there being like maybe a dozen Wither skeletons in the capture pits, but I mean, eventually that'll just kind of slow down, and eventually there'll be enough mobs around, so it'll hit the cap, and mobs aren't going to bother spawning in there anymore. So it's great to find areas like this, and I'm surprised I haven't found it sooner, but I'm also really surprised that I had to find it digging like this. I expected to find a cave, and I did find a couple of them and fill them in, but I didn't expect to find like this big an area. Like, this is a full-fledged cave system. It's insane. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So I have found a new place to start slabbing. I thought I was near done with this, but I do have a lot more netherrack because I was digging this out, and yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get some work done here in the nether, and I'll give you guys an update. So this is what I have set up for a little protection on the path. This is the entrance to the slabbed up area, and if I go ahead and show you what it looks like from the outside, it fits the theme of the actual area pretty nicely. Ow, ow. Lava, really? It fits the area pretty nicely with the iron bars and obviously the nether brick. Got some slabs on the top so nothing can spawn up there. And as well as that, I've been digging up a lot of nether brick, or netherrack from this area and smelting it into nether brick. So yeah, that is what I've been up to. You can see that this entire side has been dug up. I've been doing a lot of digging. Let me go ahead and just show you what it looks like from the outside. Outside this little pathway here. But yeah, I think this is going to be really, really helpful protecting this area from ghasts, and hopefully the amount of slabs in here is going to be good, because I'm not going to... I'm considering that an investment, almost. I'm investing in not having to... I think there might be some magma slimes down there. I heard a lot of pistons that weren't doing anything. But yeah, I'm considering this an investment just so ghasts aren't going to destroy an area out here. I'll have to go and waste more slabs patching that up. Instead, this is just going to be good for a while, and obviously it looks really cool. And as well as that, I've been digging up a giant area here. If you remember, this entire thing was like solid netherrack, and so it was like a little bit of a curve up here. And yeah, that was like the highest point around this area. That's how much I've dug up, and I've actually even dug into the fortress itself, so I can actually just go down here and need to eat. I can just go down here, and then if I go down there, it is essentially where I keep all of the materials for this. Yep, all my chests are just kind of chilling here. So the castle is more connected to the outside world than ever, and yeah, this is the only way to get outside right now, and I'm not really going to complain. This is actually really neat, and it's gotten me a lot of netherrack, which I've been smelting, but more on that in a minute. I've just been going on this area. I've been slabbing up as much as I possibly can. I've even found some pigmen that have just fallen from the sky, like up there. That's actually an area that I need to go do. Let me actually pop up there and see what that's about real quick. I haven't seen up there. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, I was about to say I don't have a pick on me. Okay, so yeah, this is just a little overhang. Just areas like these. These are the problem. I have to go and destroy all these, and I actually don't have a pick on me. I'm just going to destroy this one by hand. I am not even joking. Let's just go ahead and pop on back to my base, as I have a couple of things to show you. Alright, so I am back in my base, and I noticed a couple of things that were left here for me. One of them was a suggestion for a lava bucket collection thing, and I've actually checked this out, but I don't think I'm going to really stick with it. I've watched the video, and I think just throwing on a potion of fire resistance and grabbing tons upon tons of buckets is probably a bit more efficient than just making the contraption down there. Although this is a good idea if I just want a few of them, I need massive amounts of stuff, and that is because I'm actually smelting, I don't even know how much, netherrack. I've actually started smelting food. I've grabbed a lot of cobblestone from the from the gold farm. All of that gold, all of that stuff that's been dug out for that hole has been smelting, and it's actually being all collected over here, which, okay, I'll get to that in a second. This is something that I've actually been getting together because we might actually have ourselves a shop district coming up. So recently, the same guy that actually made this has been making an island dedicated to just going to be shops. And I think it's a really good idea, and I'm actually going to pop on over there and show you as soon as I'm done here. But yeah, so one of the other things that he's been working on is a message board. So if you watch MUCraft, Seth Bling did one of these, and I thought it was a really good idea, and he made him his own, and they're just kind of posted everywhere. He went around to a bunch of bases and posted them just on people's nether portals, on their walls, just so people can see them. And yeah, but yeah, let's go ahead and go over to the shopping district so I can show you a little bit of that. So the actual place that all of the shops are going to be built is completely separate from any island or own little landmass, and I've just sailed out here. I don't think it's currently set up for nether transport yet, so that's why I took a boat here. It's actually really close. You can see my my ice rail there. It's really close to that, and yeah, so this is what has currently been done, and I knew that he was working with a lot of dirt because I had to, I gave him some, and this is what it's looking like now. So currently everything is really uniformed, and this is the center area. Actually, with this, I imagine it is hooked up to the nether itself, but I don't know. So yeah, this is the area that the shops are going to be available in. Ooh, a mine. And I was actually thinking about making my own shop, or maybe even 2 shops here. The ideas for what I have here are I can actually put use to all of those smelted materials, all of that glass, all of that stone, maybe even some of that food. I can go to the Mesa biome and grab a bunch of stained clay or just regular clay, and I can sell all that. Essentially, what I was thinking about doing was selling maybe a stack of smelted materials for a diamond or so. Diamonds seem to be the only thing that really aren't available if you want to make a farm for it, because we can't get them from villagers. We can't, like, have a mob drop them or, like, even shards of them. So diamonds seem really good for a currency system, and I was thinking about using that to make my own little automatic item dispenser, essentially. And for that, I would kind of want to pop on over to my creative world, as I've been working on that in my redstone world. And yeah, so it's just something neat that I can show off real quick. And yeah, we can actually start building all of this next episode. So let me pop into my redstone world. So here I have an example built, and let me go ahead and just demonstrate this real quick. So what I have it set up for is 1 diamond block, and you'll receive 3 wither skulls. So if I go ahead and put 1 in, it will take the diamond block, and then it'll transfer in 3 wither skulls in there. I already had 3 in there before, so let me show that again. So 1 diamond block goes in there, and then it will dispense out 3 wither skulls. And what I was thinking for this was it's going to have its own little transportation system, and that would go into maybe a central collection facility and then an item elevator. I'm not sure like what kind of item elevator, if I want to do it from the one that we do in the Ender this episode, or maybe just the original design for it, since it's not going to be very high. But yeah, so basically the way that this works is just a bunch of monostable circuits are going to be toggling this, and this is the guts of this. This is a clock that essentially you can customize how many items anything will get. So if I want to, say, dispense a stack of items per input, I would just put in a half a stack there, and then to make it even, I would place something. I would place a block there. And let me grab the output real quick. So nothing in there. And if I go ahead and throw in a diamond block, it will start dispensing. And obviously I won't be using like diamond blocks. I won't be charging diamond blocks, or I won't be giving stacks of wither skulls, maybe a wither skull. But yeah, it'll start dispensing, and you'll notice, see, there were 32 there, and now it is actually more than what was in the clock over there. And I just am working on this completely off of what is in my mind. I haven't looked up a tutorial to see if this is more compact or anything, but over here I was trying to make it a little more compact, and I haven't gotten it to really work. But this is what it is currently. It is, I think, how wide is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, excluding an air block that would need to be in. So I guess it's 6 wide, and I really like this little design here that I can have like the edge of this. Like right here would be the edge of the shop, and then there would be like a little wall in between, and then you would have that kind of stuff, and then like outside of the shop. I don't know. I really am just thinking of designs in my mind, but I think it would look really cool if it was like it had some of this surrounding area, maybe even like an arch, like a overall arch kind of theme. I really don't know. I'll just have to get building and see what the creative juices produce. But yeah, this is the system that I have designed, and let me go ahead and just throw it in there. This doesn't use any of the new snapshot features, even though I am in the snapshot. But yeah, this is just really cool. It's really customizable, and I can even make it so it'll dispense up to about 10 stacks of items per input. So if I wanted to sell these in masses, I could charge a diamond block for, I don't know, 9 stacks of glass or something. I don't know. Well, just one thing though is the item sorting system does require at least some diamond blocks to be in there, at least 6. I can have just random things in the other slots for the item sorter, but yeah, and then the inputs, or the profits, I guess you would say, would just be collected in there, and I would have a way to go down and collect all of these. And since this is going to be on a server with Locket, I can just put a sign on that hopper, I can put a sign on this chest, and I can put signs on these chests as well that are our inventory. So yeah, I may or may not do a tutorial on this. I really don't know if I can. It's pretty simple. It's just an item sorter that goes into a... Yeah, it's just an item sorter that whenever it is sorted goes into a monostable circuit, triggers this piston, and then removes the block of redstone that is preventing this clock from working, and then it will drain the items into this one, and then it'll drain them back, and then as soon as this is done, it will fire another one-tick pulse into the piston here. It'll retract it, or it will push it back. It'll retract it when it fires the first time, and then it will just go back to being normal. It'll reset itself. It won't have any cooldown time, which is my favorite part of it. And yeah, so, and then essentially like everything here is just kind of aesthetics, and it's just kind of helpful information. Here we have an item that is saying if it's transferring or not, which is just taken off of the input of the other side of the clock here, and then it'll go up to a status light. And then here we actually have one that says if it's in stock or not, so whether or not there's actually items in there before you give it a diamond or diamond block or whatever. And then if it does actually have something, then it'll trip this and it will prevent any items from being sucked in. So it also does the exact same thing for the being transferred, so it'll lock it, and essentially that just makes it so it's not going to suck up your items if it is in transfer. So you can see it's in transfer. I can go ahead and close that, even though it is a locked chest, it's not going to take the item. So yeah, this is just the little thing that I might be building next episode, and yeah, I guess you can look forward to that. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of MUCraft, even though I'm not on MUCraft at the moment. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I am very excited to pick on up next episode for the shopping district.